So system of equations. System of equations are very simple. You're looking for a set of points that makes all of the equations that you're given true. How do you do that? Well, that's also very simple as well. So all you do is just subtract each equation to each other or add them to cancel a variable. Since there's y here, I would subtract the second equation by the first equation. That would be x plus 0, because it cancels out, equals -1. So at x equals -1, and then you just put this back into the equation. So this will be -1 plus y equals 2, any of these two. And that will be y equals 3. So at -1, 3, these two equations are equal. So what does that mean graphically? Well, if you look at it graphically, as you can see on this diagram, these two are linear equations of lines. And this -1, 3 is actually a point of intersection between the two lines. However, IB expects you to know system of equations of at least 3 equations, at most 3 equations. So how do you do that? Well, it's very simple. You add these two together, try to cancel out the variable again. So that will be 4x plus 3z is equal to 13. And then you have to do, because you have 2 variables here, you want another equation with 2 variables to actually cancel that out. So you would have to make 2 variables with this as well. So then you would actually have to do the multiplication of this equation by 2, and then you have to actually subtract them to each other. So that would be 3x. So this will be 3x plus 0 plus 3z is equal to 12. Once you have these two equations, you could again cancel them out again by just subtracting. So that will be x is equal to 1. And once you have 1, you just substitute it back into any of these two equations, and you should be able to get all the coordinate points. So, but however, what does it mean geometrically? These are actually equations of planes. Those are 3-dimensional surfaces that you actually haven't learned them until vectors. So we'll be going over that in vectors. Sometimes when you work on a system of equations, you come to a conclusion that there's no solution or many solutions. That happens when, for example, this question, if you do the same method, multiplying by 2, subtracting each other, then you'll get 0 equals 0. This is always true. That means there are infinitely many solutions, because that's always just true. And for this question, if you actually do the same method, you just multiply this 2 and then subtract each other, then you would get 0 is equal to -2, which is untrue. Because it's untrue, there will be no solution.